Finally, Max, I want to talk about a couple of rivalry games. We're going to be doing some rivalry game discussions from our friends at Gridiron Glory each week, and we are going to I want to talk a little bit about two big games that are coming up. First of all, tonight's the 107th meeting of Longview and Marshall.
Yeah.
This is a classic game, one of the great East Texas rivalries. Longview is really the bruising, powerful team.
Right.
John King, it's just typical John King football. Yep. They're going to play great defense. They're going to run the ball really well.
Yeah.
Marshall's still trying to get its feet underneath it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any secret Longview's the favorite in this one.
Yeah, Longview's definitely the favorite in this one. But, again, you talk about rivalry games. You know what it's like? We were talking about this yesterday because you're an Iowa State guy.
Yeah.
It's this week Iowa State and Iowa play.
Yeah.
And we were talking about yesterday how the old dumb cliche of you just throw the record book out when these two teams meet.
Right.
Like literally with Iowa and Iowa State, it is that because those two teams just played the weirdest games.
Yeah.
It happens in Longview and Marshall.
Longview and Marshall definitely falls under this category.
There's a lot of really interesting dynamics here. I want to see, I think this is a great opportunity. Look, Claude Mathis is the new guy in town out there in Marshall. If he wants to endear himself to the community,
this is a good way to start.
Beating Longview is a great way to do that.
Yeah,
so excited about that. Also, Cuero and Yoakum, big rivalry game and maybe the best game in the state.
Probably, right.
We talked about this yesterday on my picks video about how there's such dynamic playmakers on both sides. You got Jordan Joshua Moore on one side for Yoakum. Of course, they started in the state championship game last year. Cuero's looking to get over the top. And this is a team that has got some playmakers themselves, especially Kieran Grant and Jordan Whittington, whose recruiting stock just keeps rising.
Schneider's great little quarterback.
Yeah, that's going to be be the one thing about this game, Cuero and Yoakum, is that it's always a great rivalry game.
Yeah.
But especially this year, this is you're going to see a bunch of prospect hounds out there because there's a ton of talent out there, individual superstars. So get out to this game, which, by the way, with our friends in Gridiron Glory, if you want to get back on the field, if you're a former player for any of those teams, for Longview, Marshall, Cuero, Yoakum.
Such a cool program.
Or really, if you've got any other rivalry game in your neck of the woods that you want to get an alumni game going,
right?
There's a bunch of them going on around the state, and Gridiron Glory sets those up.
Yeah.
Our friend George Cox at Gridiron Glory sets those up.
Yeah.
So get involved at that. It's a lot of fun. We talked with George Cox about getting these alumni games going, and it's best when. Look, any two teams want to suit up and play, they can. Right. But in talking with George and just
rivalries, man.
These rivalries, bad blood doesn't go away, and that's what makes it a lot more fun. And you'll have guys out there who graduated 2 years ago. You'll also have dudes who played 20 years ago who just want to suit it up one more time.
It's great. I've got some game footage here that I'm showing right now. I mean, you can see these guys get into it. It looks like a real game. They really have a blast. They have a lot of fun. And George is trying to get these games set up for these rivalry games. Cuero, Yoakum, Longview, Marshall. These are two games that he feels like would be great to get a lot of the band back together.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a good time. Raise a little money for charity locally. That's usually how they set it up. It's just going to be a lot of fun. And gridironglory.com is the best place to find out. We'll keep sharing this link with everyone. But seriously, we love football. We know that everyone watches this show loves football. If you want to get back out there, you want to give it a shot one more time.
A couple licks one more time. You know what I mean?
Just one more time. Wear the colors.
Yeah,
show
exactly.
it off. Show off the wheels.
And let me tell you these. I asked kind of. I kind of the first time we talked with George Cox at Gridiron Glory, I kind of asked him okay, this is kind of like patty cake. It's a little bit of. A little bit of flag
it's
football.
Not that serious, right?
He's like, dude, you'd be stunned at how these guys get after it and how they really want to win. But they do it safely and it's a lot of fun. So gridironglory.com, check that out. And it's very, very cool.